Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about Mars square or opposition Pluto in a natal chart. Now, if you have either of these aspects, first off, I want to state that some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Mars square or opposite Pluto in a natal chart, one way it may manifest could be there may be difficulty in finding the energy and enthusiasm, which is Mars, for things you have a passion and desire for, which is Pluto. Now, let's say if Pluto is in, you have it in Virgo in the fifth house in the natal chart, like I do. The thing is, there may be a very strong passion and desire for analytical amusement and enjoyment. It could be extrapolating sports data. If Pluto is in Libra, in the seventh house is another example. It could be doing something Libra-related that is competitive. It could be doing tennis or gymnastics competition because tennis and gymnastics are connected with balance. The seventh house is the house of competition, as another example. Now, also, too, there may be trouble and difficulty in controlling, which is Pluto, one's anger, which is Mars. Now, let's say if Mars is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, that anger may be connected with home, family members. It may be, some kind of, it might be people that the person's close to home with. It matters connected with safety and security. As some examples of Mars and Capricorn, there may be some anger, over the person's success or career, or where they are, a person is in terms of social status and stature in life, as some examples. Also, too, these I would say the battles on Mars, if any, with intimate connections, which is Pluto, may be more acrimonious as opposed to constructive. Let's say, for example, if Pluto is in a Scorpio, as an example, intimate connections, one or more, may actually be a Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant person, or embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be those that are very passionate, intense, sexual, resourceful, resilient, empowering, transforming, incisive, probing, but can also be manipulative, vengeful, and jealous as well. And another thing, too, is that these aspects may not be auspicious as far as surgery, which is Mars, that could be associated with the colon, the prostate, bladder, urinary tract, or reproductive system, which is Pluto. It doesn't mean that it won't go well if you have surgery on those parts, but it could be something where there may be some delay, or there may be issues monetarily, in getting it done. Maybe the recuperation process takes longer, than most. Remember that Pluto is connected with regeneration, rebirth. So the thing is, too, another way that these aspects may manifest or pan out in a natal chart, it could also be an arduous task in terms of getting the support, such as loans, which is Pluto, for surgery, which is Mars. If Mars is in Taurus, as an example, surgery may be needed. It could be something with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, the esophagus, as some examples, the ears even. It could be, too, if there's any issues, connected and physical related issues with the head, the skull, the face, or the sexual organs, which is Mars. It may have more of an adverse effect on Pluto-related activities than most people. Pluto-related activities, of course, can cover a wide divergence of things, whether it's doing something with insurance, taxes, transformation, recycling, doing something with the occult, which includes astrology, forensics, investigation, deep research, as some examples. And the thing, too, is there may be also, too, these aspects, there may be a difficulty finding the physical strength and vitality, which is Mars, to make a major change or transformation, which is Pluto. Now, let's say, if Pluto is in the 7th house as an example, major change or transformation, maybe tied in with one's relationships. If you have Pluto in the 11th house, it could be over matters with friends, groups, clubs, organizations, goals, aspirations, objectives. Pluto in the 1st house may be more tied in with the physical body and the appearance, as some examples. Now, also, too, another way these aspects may be expressed in a natal chart is that it may be hard for you to find the drive and motivation, which is Mars, for in Pluto-related activities, which can include deep research and investigation. Now, the thing is, if you have, Pluto-related activities, again, can be cover a wide divergence of things, again, whether it could be something associated with insurance or taxes, the occult, which includes astrology, investigation, forensics, and maybe doing something with a Pluto-related career, such as embalming or working as a surgeon, a coroner, a mortician, funeral director, as some examples. And the thing is, let's say, if Mars is in Taurus, it may be even a little bit harder, finding the drive and motivation, because Taurus energy moves, very deliberately and very methodical, manner. And the thing, too, is another way these aspects may be expressed in the natal chart is that it may take more of an effort, to keep your actions, which is Mars, secretive, which is Pluto. Now, if Mars is in Gemini, as an example, a lot of those actions, may be a variety of actions. It may be manifold actions, just doing, many manifold different activities, or it could be doing something with communication, or disseminating, assimilating information, things that require manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. And the thing about, this too, is if, there may also be issues in terms of, bouncing back and recovery, from a physical related injury, which is Mars. Keep in mind, again, Pluto is associated with rebirth and regeneration, which is why it may, when you have the, the negative relationship between Mars and Pluto, it could indicate, difficulty, being, really coming back, from, physical related injury. It could be just an issue in terms of the recuperation process, basically. Let's say if Mars is in the zodiac sign Leo, there may be a physical related injury connected with the heart, the spine, the upper back, as some examples. And another thing about these aspects in the natal chart, it can also pan out in being harder for you to find the courage and that bravery, which is Mars, in crisis situations, which is Pluto, more so than others. If Pluto is in the 4th house, as an example, there may be some crisis situation on the home front, whether it's something with a family member, whatever it might be, or something, with the home, such as the home, trying to get money to get the payments, going, or the house is about ready, to be taken from you, or, as some examples, Pluto in the 12th house may be some flooding issue, that could be, a crisis or dealing, with some hidden adversary, as some other examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.